Hello, internet. Internet. Hello. Hi. Are you there? It's me. I'm back. Okay. I don't know how many people are gonna show up because there's still not much to talk about these days, is there? No, there is not. Why does it say live in 12 minutes? Did I not press? No, I pressed start. Why the hell is this thing saying live in 12 minutes? Okay, slightly confused. Get bad. Okay. Okay, no, it shows that it's been playing. Hello, everyone. And by everyone, I so far mean Abby. Hello, Abby. Hi. Apparently, you are the only person on the internet right now. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't have a set list of things to go over today. Really. We'll see where things lead us. Okay, episode 5 was a masterpiece. If you say so. I have still only seen one episode because the night that I tried to watch, because they dropped 2 at once, the night I tried to watch them, I was having so much problems with buffering on the episode. I only watched the first one, and I was like, oh, I don't have the patience to get through the second one, so I didn't bother watching the second one, and I still haven't. And it's kind of just in the back of my mind of 800 other things that I'm like, I should do that, and I just don't get to it. So I haven't even seen episode 2 yet. So yeah, I have nothing to add about that. But glad to hear you're enjoying it. There's not much going on these days, so it's probably like the only show people are really talking about, I'm guessing. Are you Graphs Canada? No. No, you are. I think you may be from an alternate universe, and you've accidentally stumbled in here. This is Earth Awesome. I don't know what Earth you are from, but you may need to set your coordinates for the proper Earth. Hello, Mr. Reacts Chainsaw. How are you? I mean, dumb question. It was good being on. By the way, I was on his stream last night, guys. So if you are bored and want to watch 9.5 hours of people just talking, you can go over to his channel. You can click on his little name thingy right there. Like I'm pointing at it. I'm sure you can see me pointing at it, and you can hear him and others, and sometimes myself talk about some things. Did you see Lando is going to be a movie now instead of a TV series? I don't know what that means. You just said words that mean nothing to me. It was 13 hours. Get it right? Yeah, it was 13 hours, but I was only there for 9, and that's all that matters is what I did. No one's going there for any other reason but to see me. Did you see Aquaman 2 trailer? No, I'm never going to see that movie because fuck Amber Heard. No, I never saw the first one. I never saw the first one before the Amber Heard controversy got out of control. I intended to go see it at the time, and then I didn't. Then all the stuff started coming out about her. I'm like, I'm glad I didn't see this. And then when I heard she was going to be in the second one, I'm like, that's the dumbest mistake any movie studio has made outside of keeping Ezra Miller in The Flash. And so I didn't go see it. So, no. Yeah, outside of them completely removing her from the movie 100%, I won't be seeing that movie. Just straight up. Apologies, by the way, if there's a lot of background noise. Something is being constructed down the street. They're building a new something or other, like 4 doors down and across the street. and they are currently in the hitting pipes with other metal stuff now phase of things, and has been really annoying for a few days. You're Mira now? You replaced her? Is that so? If I look up the credits right now for the movie, it's going to have your name down there. I am going to see it down as React's Chainsaw. Is this true? I mean, I know you're a Netflix star and a cameo star, so I guess this is possible. They probably saw your work on the Amber Heard documentary, and they're kind of like, you know what? This guy might be able to pull it off. Did you see Kite Man? Hell yeah trailer. I don't know what that... I mean, I've heard of Kite Man because of Peacemaker, but I have no idea what that means at all. At all. No idea. So yeah, it has been a minute since I've done one of these. Like, let me look at my analytics and see what the hell the last time was I did one that wasn't actually a GeoGuessr live. Content. Live. GeoGuessr. Oh, actually, it wasn't that long ago. It was, I mean, it was 5 weeks ago, but I thought it was going to be longer than that. I thought I hadn't done one since July, but yeah, I did one back at the start of August, but it honestly seems longer to me than that. Partly, obviously, the reason is not many people come around during the summer because it's kind of slow. Everyone's out doing stuff. On top of that, there was nothing to talk about. We have this like gap in TV, kind of similar to how COVID was, where there's just nothing really new coming up right now, right? I found more people in my streams during COVID, partly because everyone was at home, and there were at least updates once in a while. This right now, we're just in it. We're in a void. Nothing is happening. There's no updates. Literally saw an update shortly before I started. If I can pull this up on screen, give me a minute. We have possible movement in the not so far future on maybe getting some negotiations going again with at least one of the striking parties. So Hollywood Reporter just dropped this shortly before I was getting on. You can see it says like 4:07 p.m. there, and it's 4:48 for me. I remember studios. Let's try that again. Studios claim Writers Guild negotiations could restart next week. And that doesn't mean anything's going to come of it. There's no guarantee they're going to strike a deal. In fact, I'd be shocked if they all of a sudden both walk into a room and be like, you know what, that sounds reasonable. Let's do that. They might agree to a couple more things, check a couple of boxes off the list, haggle a little bit on some things, but they're not going to strike a deal next week. But this is a starting point. They have to start somewhere. It goes, in quotes, I love this, like every member company of the AMPTP is committed and eager to reach a fair deal and working together with the WGA to end the strike. Bullshit. Hugest lie on the internet today, maybe. They are not committed to that. They want to get the best deal they can and preferably squeeze every penny they can out of this. If they were committed to a fair deal, we wouldn't be having this strike. Let's just take a quick read. The Alliance of Motion Pictures and Television Producers says that the Writers Guild of America reached out to restart negotiations, and the organization is seeking to schedule the meeting next week. So next week, you're talking, let's say anywhere from Monday to Friday, you're talking what, 4 to 10 days, depending what day of the week it is. They obviously would have all their stuff already. Like, I don't know why they have to wait a week to have this meeting, because they already have a written base plan of what they're going to go in there and say. So why the hell are you dragging it out a week? Why don't you just be like, yep, we can do that tomorrow? You have no other job in the world. Your only job in the world is to figure out this agreement. You do not have to do any other part of anything else. Just figure out this damn deal. Why the hell are you waiting till next week when you clearly have, probably since the last time they negotiated back in August, have had an idea what you're going to say if you ever get into this predicament? That you've had an outline of what you're going to do. Why are you dragging it out to next week? Why? You don't have anything else to do. You have nothing else to do. This is your only job. It would be like walking into a McDonald's, being like, I'd like to get a Big Mac. And they'd be like, okay, we can get that for you next week. No, your only job is to make me a Big Mac. Go fucking do it. I'm just baffled at this. So it says, on Wednesday, September 13th, the WGA reached out to the AMPTP and asked for a meeting to move negotiations forward. Well, they should have been doing that weeks ago, but at least they finally did something. The organization said in a statement on Thursday, we've agreed and are working to schedule a meeting next week. Every member company of the, yeah, we already read that part. Okay, working on a schedule to meet next week. Why can't you work on a schedule to meet tomorrow? You have nothing else to do. Your kid's dentist appointment, your spouse can take care of that. Your only job is go get this fucking deal done that you haven't got done for 4 months. There's no excuse for you to put this off till next week. None. You could at least go in there tomorrow and be like, okay, let me see your deal. Yeah, we don't like these. These things we'd like to change. Maybe then you schedule for next week. But you should have at least met this week to look at what the other side is proposing. Now you're just pushing yourself a week behind, because it's not like you're starting today. It's not like you're starting today to work on your proposal for next week. You have that proposal already written up. You haven't met since fucking August. You have that proposal written up, ready to go, and they're not going to change anything between now and next week. They're going to go in there with the same proposal. No. Hollywood Reporters reached out to the Writers Guild of America for comment. Ongoing talks between the two organizations hit a standstill in late August after WGA leaders sat down for a meeting with AMPTP president, as well as company leaders Dumbass 1, Dumbass 2, Dumbass 3, and Dumbass 4. Following that meeting, the AMPTP released its August 11th offer. Following that meeting, what? Said it hit a standstill. How is following that meeting on August 11th later than a meeting in late August? Released its AMPTP, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, and that's the end of the story. And I'm sick of that ad constantly popping up. Oh my God, that was exhausting. Let's stop the screen. All right, there I am. Yeah. Exhausting, right? Tell me we're all like, I understand. I do understand. There is a small percentage of the population that will watch whatever the hell comes on the television, and the studios will get some of those viewers. I understand there's a small percentage of the population that are going to they're going to tune in specifically because they enjoy shitty reality shows. I understand that. But your primary target moneymaker is scripted programming, which is written. In fact, reality television isn't even fucking reality television. That fucking shit's scripted. But they're not part of the union. You are going to have to fucking cave to these guys sooner or later, or else you are going to be having to fill up hundreds of hours of screen time with shit 4% of the population wants to watch. And you are going to be drowning soon, because you have I mean, the streaming services are fighting amongst themselves with the network for eyeballs. You have people going on YouTube. You have people going on Twitch. You have people slowly learning about new things that aren't television that they're like, oh, I've never thought about this. They're starting to maybe read books. Maybe they're getting into podcasts. They're going to slowly stop thinking about television as the go-to thing to go watch. And you're just shooting yourself in the foot. I went on a bit of a rant there. Let me see what you guys have been saying since I've been gone. Did you see the Frasier reboot trailer? No, I didn't. I watched Frasier a little bit when it was out originally. It didn't suck, but it wasn't good. Like, I didn't enjoy it enough to be like, oh my god, I have to watch next week's episode. It's kind of one of those things that, like, if you're flipping through the channels and nothing else is on, and like you just get bored and watch that. That's what Frasier was. Frasier was there's nothing else on and you're bored show. It's not the worst show on the planet, but it wasn't a show I would tune in. I can't even tell you another show on character on the show besides Frasier Crane, and I think there was a dog. The old guy, I don't remember his name. The girl with the British accent, I don't remember her name. But yeah, basically, outside of Frasier, no one remembers the rest of the cast, right? So no, I have no interest in the reboot. I'm going to assume you're not caught up on Ahsoka. You have assumed correctly, heroes. I was saying this at the start. I've still only watched episode 1. And I mean, I know I said this back when it happened. Like, once things are out of like the immediate for me, I tend to just keep pushing it off, and sometimes never get back to checking it out. We'll see if I do. Maybe I'll get bored enough one day to do it, but I'm not there yet. Hey CG, this is ridiculous. Yeah, I agree, Cal. How are you? How is your GeoGuessr? How am I? I have a shoulder problem. I'm going to get it's like an MRI. Can't remember, fucking ultrasound. I have to go get an ultrasound on it next Wednesday. Yeah, next Wednesday. I've had it for like 3 months, and it's getting slowly worse and worse. So finally, I went to a doctor about it, and they're like, "Well, let's go do this." So I have to go for that next week. Besides that, fine, but it is a problem that is constantly there. I mean, it's fine right now. I can do things like that. I can like move it around, but if I move it too much or too fast, it's a problem. Or if I put too much weight on it, like when I get into bed, I usually would get in bed because the way the angle of my bed is, I'd kind of like go like leaning in on it and go down on my hands onto the bed to like slow myself down on the bed instead of face planting on the bed. And I now have started having to put more emphasis on my left hand than my right, because going at even portions was too much for the shoulder. So I put more power into the left side and then slowly move in on the right, but little things like that. Good evening. I've been enjoying Ahsoka as well. Well, welcome, Lionel. Hello. We'll mostly just listen. All right. Did you see Marvel's VFX workers voted to unionize? I did not. It doesn't surprise me. I think right now with everything that's going on, there is a lot of people starting to look at, hey, why aren't we being paid properly as well? And I think the studios are going to have a shit ton of problems over the next couple of years. I mean, there's something to do with like, I want to say like animated stuff or something like that. There was talks of going on strike now too or something. I can't remember. I think Marvel is going to be in a 2-year delay due to VFX union. I don't know if it'd be 2 years, but they're just like we're going to have right now with, you know, regular filmed product. there's going to be a gap. There's going to be a sizable gap. There's going to be anywhere from a few months to possibly a year where you don't have frequent, regular television coming out. And honestly, each week that the strike goes on, I mean, that's extending everything a little bit more, right? Yeah, so 2 years, I mean, I doubt 2 years, but right now nothing's impossible. Nothing is impossible. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Just had to send out a DM, sorry. Hi CG, we're stuck with reruns and live TV, even no late night talk shows. Oh, don't even get me started on talk shows. I'm so mad, so furiously mad at the daytime talk shows right now. Like, no, I'm not going to say it. I will say that fuck Drew Barrymore. Fuck, what is it? I can't remember, is it the Today Show? I think it's the Today Show that's still airing. And fuck a couple of the other ones that are probably still airing. Fuck them. Especially Drew Barrymore, because she is absolutely in SAG-AFTRA. She should absolutely be out there supporting her union. Instead, she's a fucking scab. A dirty fucking scab. She's a fucking Stephen Amell rotting scab. Fuck Drew Barrymore. And anybody that watches her show, you're just enabling her. And I am more disgusted at the fact that people got thrown out of her studio for wearing T-shirts and pins supporting the union. Like, how fucking disgusting are you that you threw people out that aren't even on camera? Fucking gutless. That show should be fucking banned from the network today, but the network's not going to ban them because that's the money they're making. SAG-AFTRA could throw her out for this. I saw Gary is here. Yes. Hello, Gary Gammon. How have you been? Welcome. Yeah, I am infuriated by it. And I saw something, I was trying to do some homework right before the stream to find, like, that's how I found that Hollywood Reporter article. I was trying to find anything on the SAG-AFTRA part of the strike, which apparently there's, like, no information on that right now. I don't even know the last time they met. I can't find any info on it. But where was I going with this comment? I know it had to do with the Drew Barrymore thing. Damn, I lost my train of thought. I forgot what I was talking about. But yeah, the late night talk shows are killing me because I love watching their monologues for all the news that's been happening in the day. I mean, outside of late night talk shows and like Philip DeFranco, I don't really go anywhere else for news. I'll see it in Twitter. I don't investigate what things show up in Twitter a lot. I might read the hot headline and have it like in the back of my thought, like, oh yeah, that thing happened today that I read about on Twitter. But when I'm in front of like YouTube watching Philip DeFranco, or I'm watching clips from the late shows with their monologue, that is where I find out what's happening in the news. Not getting that right now. I have actually found myself so starved for this information, like not aggressively starved, but just like curiously starved, that when I go downstairs to like make dinner, we have a TV room right next door to it. I'll go in there, and if no one's watching the TV, I'll turn it to a news channel just to get like a 2-minute update on what's happening, just because I'm kind of out of the loop on things, you know. But yeah, why hasn't anyone stepped in? What are your thoughts? Well, my thoughts are I am fucking disgusted with AMPTP, especially because they're trying so hard to discredit everybody. They're trying so hard to break the union. They're not negotiating fairly. They're trying to be bullies, and fuck them. I am disgusted. Yeah. Hello, Laura E. Oh, by the way, it's Laura V. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, Chainsaw stream was fun. Watch especially when spoiling the less good parts of Arrowverse for Katie. That was right about the time that I got in there. I missed some of it, but yeah, it was fun. Um, it was good because you had, well, I was there. There was 6 people on stream, and not everybody knew everything that everyone was talking about. Like you said, Katie didn't follow the Arrowverse through to the end. Then you have me not knowing about some of the shows they're talking about. Then someone might not know about, like, everybody had some knowledge, but not everybody was like hogging the moments. Everybody got their say on there, and I thought that was cool. And we got Scott rolling in here. Hello, Scott. How have you been? We also got Gary with a super chat here. All right. I know you asked me this earlier, Gary, so I'll answer it here on stream. Could Superman be delayed till 2025? Honestly, it could. I still believe it won't be. I believe it won't be. But there is always the possibility currently something like that could happen. I do believe right now the target time for it, even if tomorrow they all walked into the negotiating room, struck a deal on both sides, I don't think filming gets underway fast enough for us to have episodes before March or April of this year. And I don't know if they would want to do that because those episodes would then bleed into the summer when people aren't watching television. So I could see them holding it off until the fall and have it run fall through to the end of the year. So I think fall of 2024 is a very real possibility. I think 2025 isn't as much, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. I would say assume 2024 fall, but be prepared for the possibility of a 2025 winter season. And Scott, do you think Superman and Lois will be canceled? Probably not. Scott, I don't think at this time Superman and Lois is in fear of getting canceled. Again, though, there is a lot of uncertainty, but I don't think it's in fear of getting canceled. When do you think the strikes will be resolved? So I know I pushed it here for a long time. I was telling you guys I think it'll be summer for the actors and fall for the writers. We're almost done summer. It's like a week left in summer. I'm running out of days to be right about the actors' strike, so I might have to push that back to fall for the actors and winter for the writers. They might both be fall. I mean, maybe once one gets solved, they solve the next one within a few days because a loose agreement will be in place for one of them. So they could both, in theory, get resolved close together. But my original assumption of summer, and I did say late summer. But we are now a week and a half, 2 weeks, something like that left in summer. And they haven't even considered starting negotiations with them yet. They're barely getting back to talking to the writers. So I'm going to have to push it off to fall now. Also, have you watched any more Ahsoka? No, I am still on episode 1. Sorry. I know. Everyone's coming here looking for my update on that. Maybe because I'm getting asked about it so much today, maybe I'll finally get an episode or 2 in today and have some updates by the next time you guys see me in a live chat, like in 4 months or whenever the hell it is. I was shocked to find out, by the way, that it had only been 5 weeks since my last live stream. I thought it had been like 2.5 months. We also have another super chat here. Gary, do you think Grant could be in Superman and Lois season 4? Yeah, I do. Do I think he will? I'd say there's like a 20% chance. But it is possible, Gary. I think this is something that actually is possible, and I think Superman and Lois showrunners and writers would like to find a reason to bring him in because they know it would give the show a little bit of a boost. But who knows? I mean, when the writer's strike gets solved, there is going to be this scramble, huge scramble by studios and actors to negotiate deals for projects. And Grant could sign on to something. He could end up doing a show in New York or in California and not have the time to come in for a guest role, even if they had talked about it previously. So could he? Sure. Yeah, he 100% could. And I think Superman and Lois staff would like to get him in, but there's going to be a lot of new people getting attached to a lot of new things, and he might get a job out of it, right? I guarantee you there are individual actors in the union who don't support the strike and hate it. Yeah, Stephen Amell. Yeah, you forget about him already. Drew Barrymore is literally a scab. So, yeah, there is. Here's the thing. You are allowed to not like striking. You are allowed to not like striking. But to work against your union that you are enjoying the benefits of from people who fought for those rights before you is fucking disgusting. Keep your mouth shut. That's all you had to do. Keep your mouth shut. Don't say anything about it. Drew, don't fucking do your show. All you have to do. That's the bare minimum of what you have to do. Just sit at home with your fucking $50 million, Drew. You don't need another $100,000 or whatever the hell you're getting paid an episode. You don't. You're fucking balling rich. You are so self-centered that you think you need to be on fucking television right now. You don't. And I used to love Drew Barrymore. Fucking love her, man. She's done a lot of films I liked. Fucking no respect for her now. Ugh. Exhausting. All right. We got one more super chat at the moment. Are you mad at me? No. And do you think Superman and Lois will get a season 5? Right now, I don't know, Gary. We are a long way from a season 4 right now, Gary. So let's focus on that first. We'll have to wait and see how season 4 does first. So let's focus on that first. All right, I'm way behind on the chat. Let me find where I was. Here we go. Wait a minute. Are your Pop Funkos going on strike for not getting enough screen time on your streams? They are currently on vacation. Victor hasn't been here in a while, so they're kind of asleep. Hopefully Superman and Lois does not get canceled. I don't think it will. Nothing's impossible, but I don't think it will. She should. I agree. Well, is that about Drew Barrymore? Yeah, I agree, Laura. Are you going to watch The Irrational? I might. It filmed here. I clearly, obviously covered it. If you saw my blog post, I might, just to see what it's about. I don't know if I would follow through with it long term, but I'll at least probably check it out just for Jesse and because it films here. Cop dramas were usually the thing I watched a lot of before I got into superhero stuff. Like, Person of Interest is one of my favorite shows, stuff like that. So, I might, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Whoopi is on The View still. What's the latest? Is this could go into next year? I think that's slightly possible, but highly improbable. Nothing's impossible right now. Literally nothing's impossible. We could still have a strike going into next year. That is possible. I do think it's improbable, but not impossible. Did you see Aquaman 2 trailer? Nope. I talked about this earlier on, Laura. I will never go see that movie because of Amber Turd. So, unless they recast her between now and the time that that movie comes out, no, I won't be seeing it. And so, because of that, I didn't need to see the trailer. Got another super chat down here. Well, Superman and Lois season 4 will have a lot of breaks when they come back. Who knows? We don't know what time of year it's going to come on, Gary. There is no way to know any of this right now. Like, you remember back in the pandemic, there was a lot of uncertainty about any of the schedules back then. We're in that same boat right now. No one knows anything, myself included. Studios don't even know anything right now. So hard to say. We're a long way from having answers to that right now. No, sorry, I can't give you more information on that. I am an indie production, so since not affiliated with major studios, I am back to working to get back into production. Just need SAG-AFTRA waiver. Should have my next year. Yay, independence. Yeah, I know you've been telling me a little bit about that. You guys in chat probably already know Laura, has her own, is it a TV series or a movie? I can't remember, Laura, but she's working on an adventure type, what would you call it, like fantasy adventure type show. And she has gotten some steps closer to making that go. But of course, the SAG-AFTRA thing right now is kind of holding a lot of things up. So she is getting closer and closer to making that a reality soon. So good to her. Waiver coming next month for Kaya, directed by Rick Jacobson Films. Oh, okay. There we go. So, yeah, mid-2024. That's when her project is supposed to start filming. Assuming they can get everything together. I don't know any of the hiccups that writers and actors that they may have wanted on their staff or, doing. Movie will be series. Thanks for asking. Okay. Wouldn't the network just cancel the series if it gets delayed to 2025 on network TV? Isn't that extremely bad if a series doesn't air for more than a year? Yeah, it is, but we're in a really unique time. All the shows are going to be delayed for a year, so it's a unique time, just like when the pandemic happened. Some shows got canceled, but 80% of them still came back, right? So it's the same thing right now. If they don't resolve early 2024, yeah, a lot will be canceled. I don't think a lot, but there will be some. Last word is early 2024 for resolution, sadly, I am sorry to say. I am still optimistic it will get resolved in this year, but we will have to wait and see. Ahsoka has 5 episodes so far, so you have 4 episodes to watch in order to be caught up. I am aware how many episodes have aired, but yeah, I have not caught up on it. I've been spending most of my time, but besides GeoGuessr, I've been spending most of my time watching reactions to like The Boys and Daredevil, and I feel like there's something else. Maybe a couple of movies I've been watching reactions to. I've been watching lots of reaction videos lately from past stuff. So I haven't checked out any full-length scripted content in a while. I'm a little behind on that. Agreed, Drew is wrong. Yeah. Jesse got lucky with his show and coming out on September 25th, and with lack of new shows coming out. He is. I think every network will have a couple in the bag that they'll be able to air. And for the record, his show didn't finish filming. They still had, I think, 6 weeks of filming or 8 weeks of filming left to do when they went on strike. So his show did not get to finish their filming. So their season's not done filming. I don't know how many episodes they got in. I know when I saw them, they were doing episode 6, and I think they filmed for maybe another month after that, so they might have episode 7 or 8 done. So that's about all they have in the bag. So at some point they're going to run out of episodes. You know, Superman and Lois might get a 6-episode season 5. No, I mean not unless it goes on HBO Max, because network television is not going to waste time on 6 episodes. They're just not going to do it. Do you watch The Rookie? No. I have not watched much of anything outside of superhero content in the last few years. Like I said, I used to watch a lot of procedural police shows, but I am kind of out of that right now. Not because I lost interest, but just superhero shows take up so much of my time that I don't have time left to commit to other shows by then. So, between the Arrowverse, the Marvel shows, Star Wars shows, other things like that, I haven't had a lot of time to check out other shows that used to be things I'd watch. Like, I've said it 100 times on here. The Blacklist, my favorite show on television that probably is still running, although it might have just finally ended. I don't know where they're at, but I know they were still airing as of last season. The Blacklist is my favorite show on television right now. I haven't got past season 7. I'm 3 seasons or 4 seasons behind on them because I just got out of the zone of watching them on a regular basis. I have 3 or 4 seasons of that show to catch up on, and it's my favorite show. So, picking up new shows is just kind of like I would have to get through shows I already want to watch first. Interesting tidbit. Kyler's Hallmark TV series was given a SAG waiver, I think. Oh, damn. I'm actually a little upset to hear that, not because of Kyler. I am upset because fuck Hallmark. I hate Hallmark. I want the Hallmark film studio, like whoever makes their decisions, I want them to just like burn to the ground. I hate that network so much. They waste so much fucking filming here. I hate that stuff. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I mean, if they want to film everything elsewhere, fine. You can have your network, but stop filming in Vancouver, please. You're stealing studio space for real productions. I hate that network. College Hallmark show got a SAG waiver. I think SAG forgot Hallmark is affiliated with Paramount. Oh. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of weird. I mean, I don't know what the legality is of a network that is an offshoot of a network, but I would assume it includes them. Like Disney is one of the studios that's in this fight, and it's not like ABC can all of a sudden start filming things. It's not like Disney Plus can start. Like, they're part of Disney. They are under Disney. Why would Paramount be any different? I mean, Paramount's NBC, right? And I mean, The Irrational had to stop filming. Why the hell does fucking Hallmark get a pass? It's funny you say that because we have 2 or 3 Hallmark movies filming here right now, and I never thought about that. I never thought about the fact that they are parented up with one of the companies that is part of the AMPTP. Interesting. I'm almost tempted to like find out how to contact SAG and be like, what the fuck's the deal with this? But I'm lazy, so I probably won't. But that's interesting. I didn't know about that. Where did everybody go? I went from 10 viewers down to 3. Was there like a glitch on the internet? What the hell? 4. Apparently I lost half of my viewers in like the last 3 minutes. Is there something going on right now I don't know about? But yeah, I didn't know about that. And that is a curious little thing, eh? Wonder if there's other networks that are getting away with things like that on like their smaller, less known platforms, eh? Paramount, Universal, and WB, Disney, and Netflix plus Apple. Yeah. Anything getting made stops. Unless you're on Hallmark, apparently. Yeah, unless you are on Hallmark. Let me look right now and see if those Hallmark movies are still filming. I literally checked like a week ago and they were. TV movie. I don't recognize that studio, so that might not be Hallmark. That's Hallmark. 1, 2. I don't recognize that studio, so I can't say for certain it's Hallmark. 3, 4, 5. There's 5 Hallmark movies either filming, just ended filming, or are starting later this month. Yeah. Yep. Curious tidbit. Hallmark is saying they are indie. Guess what? They aren't. Uh-huh. I gotta look into this now. You got me curious. You have me curious. Hallmark TV. It says movies, but I don't know. Hallmark TV affiliate studio. Does say it's a subsidiary of I don't see anything on their Wikipedia page saying they are a Paramount company. Yeah, I don't need that message right now, please. Yeah, try this the other way. Paramount. Let's see if I can find a list of things under their umbrella. Come on, man. I just want a list of things they own. Why am I having so much trouble finding information? Paramount Pictures. Where the hell is the rest of your information? Why is there not something that says like list of Paramount companies? Why is that not a thing? Let's try NBC and go through them. Maybe I can find it through there. Anyways, I can't find it. I give up looking. Yeah, I can't Google they are affiliated. I just tried Google. When I put in Hallmark Paramount in the related question section, I'm gonna bring this up so you can see what I'm seeing. Give me a second. So in the related question section says, does Paramount own Hallmark Channel? Hallmark Channel is an American cable network owned by Hallmark Media, a subsidiary of Hallmark Cards. Never says anything about Paramount on there. And when I looked at their Wikipedia page, because you can see I had already clicked it earlier, I looked through there and I never saw the word Paramount in there anywhere. And I can't find anything on Paramount about them owning it either. So where are you seeing it? NBC Universal Peacock TV. If you're looking for free Hallmark content, you'll find it with Peacock TV. And the good news is, yeah, they might carry it on there, but they don't own Hallmark. It's the same as Netflix doesn't own, I don't know, CW. Like, they still air CW content, but they don't own the CW. Do you see what I'm saying? So yeah, NBC Universal is 100% Paramount, but the Hallmark Channel is just content displayed through their service, same as Netflix displays the Arrowverse shows. So yeah, so not quite the same thing. That's probably why they can get away with it, is because they're not actually part of Paramount. I don't know what else to talk about, guys. I guess I can take that screen down, though. Anyone got any last minute thoughts? I haven't even done an hour here, and I've already run out of topics. Like I said in my title, I don't know what all there is to talk about, because as long as the strike goes on, we're kind of limited on discussion points right now. Nobody knows anything except for a few people involved with the studios or the unions, you know. I still remember back when the COVID stuff was happening, at least I would still get some information from people in the industry who had some idea where things were going, but they don't know anything on this, because no one does. No one at the studio in Vancouver knows anything about what's going on. They are as in the dark as you and I, and that's the same with studios like across North America, probably other places around the world that rely on SAG-AFTRA workers or WGA workers. They don't know anything. The only people that know anything are those directly involved in the negotiations, and probably whenever like a newsletter goes out from one of them to their people. It's a frustrating time. I don't even remember how long was the last strike. 100 days, I think. We're past that. We're well past that. So this is like territory no one even back then understood. Back then, 100 days, people, it affected entire seasons of shows. So I don't know. I don't know what to add to that. But it does look like everybody has got whatever information they needed from me today. I've never watched my viewership drop off that fast. Like, it went from like 9, 10 down to 4 in like a minute. I don't know what happened. It's crazy. Like, I don't know if there was a freeze on my end and like people just dropped off or what happened, but it was weird. Yeah. All right. I think I'll wrap this up in a couple of minutes. Maybe I'll procrastinate for 5 minutes and 20 seconds to try and get to an hour, but I don't have anything better to add to the situation right now. We've kind of talked about all the main points that are out there right now. Was there anything else I had on my my thing that I wanted to talk about? Could filming resume? Talk about that. TV episodes? Talk about that. What's going on with the strike? Talk about that. The Irrational? We talked about that. Yeah, I've talked about everything that's gone that was on my original list. Maybe I won't make it to an hour because I don't know if I can drag out 4 minutes and 20 seconds, 4 minutes and 40 seconds with no comments. So I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. I don't know when I'll do another one because updates are pretty thin and far between right now. But thank you everybody for coming by today. Thank you for the super chatters. I really appreciate it. My YouTube revenue numbers are so far down right now that today's stream alone will blow away my last 2 months combined cost or revenue. So thank you a lot for that, everybody. Could Superman and Lois even afford Grant with the show's / budget and really reduce episode count? Yeah, of course they could. They just have to figure out a way to bring him in around that budget. Like they might have to say, we're not bringing this person in instead, something like that. Yeah, of course they could afford them. They just might not be able to afford someone different that they were planning on bringing in, But yeah, I don't have anything else to add to that. Yeah, but again, thanks everyone that came by. Again, thanks for the super chats today. And I don't know when the next one is because I don't know. There's no information to talk about these days. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I probably should watch Ahsoka just so I have something to talk about. One final update, I guess, is the Flash wardrobe sale. Sounds like it's going to be at the end of this month or early October. So fingers crossed, I might do a stream from there whenever that happens, but we'll see. We will see. You'll see an announcement in my communities tab whenever I have information on that. So you'll know if that's coming up sooner or later. So keep an eye out on my community tab. And there might be, something on that sooner or later. They're actually doing a reopening for the Flash props sale for last weekend and this upcoming weekend. I think I'm going to go there this weekend just to see what's left. Every time I went there, I found something. So I might go there again just to see if there's something with it being so thinned out now. Maybe I'll see something I didn't see before. But yeah. That is it for, oh my goodness, hey there, the stranger. I'm literally about to log off in the next couple of minutes. If you have any questions, drop them in really fast and I will try to get to it. But I am probably out of here in the next minute to 2 minutes. Thanks, Laura. Thanks for dropping by. Missed you on GeoGuessr the last time, I think, or the time before that, can't remember. But if you check Laura in my community tabs, I put some GeoGuessr links in there for games to play if you're bored. But yeah, it looks like the stranger may not have a question. Oh, really? Wow. I guess that's not really a question. I don't see a question mark at the end, so... Numbers are up to 8 now. Who's getting here just now? Although I did retweet it just recently, so maybe I'll give it a couple more minutes, see if more people pop in. But I am basically, I have run out of topics to talk about, guys. It's been an hour. Last 8 minutes, I've been sitting here basically just twiddling my thumbs, trying to think of things to say. So if you don't have any more questions, Disney is in the initial talks to sell ABC, then the next star. To Nexstar? What, like the company that owns CW? Where did you hear this? I gotta Google this one. Oh, wow. Yeah. Yahoo Finance is claiming this. Reuters, too. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? This just came out today by the looks of it. Let me find an article worth reading. We'll go to Hollywood Reporter first, see what they have to say on it. Disney says it has noticed ABC, but it's open to strategic options. Okay. So I'll bring up the Hollywood Reporter article on here, and we'll talk about this for a couple of minutes. If I can remember where I am. Okay, not there. All right, so I found a Hollywood Reporter article that came out today. Apparently a bunch of people reported about this today. But Hollywood Reporter seems to have an actual answer from Disney about this. So Hollywood Reporter says Disney says it has made no decision on selling ABC, but is open to strategic options. And then the byline says the company released a statement after a report said it held talks with Nexstar. So they're saying they're open to the idea of it, but they're claiming basically they haven't really had talks. All right. So it says the Walt Disney Company said in a statement Thursday that it is open to considering a variety of strategic options for our linear businesses, but shot down a report that it was in active discussions to sell its ABC broadcast networks and stations. So that's the important thing. They're saying they have not actively been in any negotiations. At this time, Walt Disney Company has made no decision with respect to the divestiture. I've never heard that word in my life. Divestiture. I have never heard that word in my life. Of ABC or any other company, and any report to that effect is unfounded, the statement continued. The statement followed a Bloomberg report that said Disney had held initial talks about the sale of CW or ABC and its local affiliates to Nexstar, the local TV giant and owner of the CW network. Interesting that Bloomberg would say that if they don't have something credible to back it up with. Bloomberg's not like a rumor mill place. They're a financial business network. Interesting. But Disney came out with a statement claiming we haven't done any of that. So you at least have to. Okay. So it came from Bloomberg. Bloomberg is not a nobody, blogger. This is a reputable, possibly one of the most reputable business sites there is out there. If they said this is a thing that happened, I have to at least think they have heard from somebody reputable on this. Disney, of course, is going to kind of like pussyfoot around it because they don't want to show all their cards. So I think there's a chance this could be a real thing, but Disney is coming out with the typical, I don't know what you've heard, but we haven't, you know how those things go. I think, if anything, though, this is a discussion that's only started, and we won't see any fallout from it for 2 or 3 years, maybe. But interesting, yeah, I hadn't heard that. Thanks for bringing that up, stranger. I hadn't heard about that. Clearly, obviously, fresh off the presses. But yeah, that's crazy. What the hell what would Nexstar want with that when they already have their own network? That's crazy. If Nexstar buys ABC, it's clear that the landscape of network TV has truly collapsed. Watch them cancel The Rookie and The Good Doctor if they were to buy it. Well, The Good Doctor is going to get canceled one way or the other soon. Those contracts have got to be getting pricey. I don't know who's all on the show anymore. I watched season 1. I liked it, but I never followed through on watching more of it. Like, I know Hill Harper's not there anymore. I know the blonde chick isn't there. I know Chuku Modu's not there anymore. But like Freddie, the old guy, Richard Schiff, probably one or two of the others are still there. So those are expensive contracts. They're down until like season 7 or 8 on that show. Those are some expensive contracts they're dragging through. That show's getting canceled sooner or later just because of the cost. So even if Nexstar agreed to buy the company, we just saw how the CW one dragged out. It's not going to be for 2 more years that they get ownership of that. So Good Doctor will be gone by the time they get there. Yeah. But yeah, I could see them trimming some fat off there. But I could also see them just buying it and continuing it as a network and then turning the CW into their, well, I mean, they already have turned the CW into, but fully turning the CW into their like garbage product station. It's not rare to hear of networks owning more than one station. You know, Good Doctor's almost on season 8, so if it doesn't get canceled, it'll most likely come to an end. Sure, yeah. I mean, they'll basically sit down with Freddie at some point and be like, Freddie, do you want to do another season? Freddie will be like, yes. And they'll be like, okay, we have to see what cast we can cut to make it affordable. And if they can't, then they just end the show. If Freddie says no, then the show ends either way, right? So that's they're kind of in that like bubble, almost similar to Grant Gustin. You know, if Grant says yes, they probably continue the show. They just find different cast members to cut out. If Grant Gustin says no, then they just don't go forward because the show doesn't really work without Freddie's character, right? So yeah. Season 8, though, that's wild. I followed that show a bit early on. And like I said, I watched some of season 1. I photographed set or two back in season 1 or season 2. I can't remember. But then I never really saw them around. And I was always so distracted by the superhero shows, I just never followed up on them. But yeah, that's good for them. I still need to finish my cast photo. I got a cast photo that's got like 5 or 6 of the cast on it, and I still need 2 or 3 of the guys. Who do I need on it? Sorry, you can probably still hear me, but you probably can't see me. Oops, I just dropped a thing that I already think was slightly broken anyways. Oh, that's not good. No, it's not in here. That's problematic. Okay, well, I don't know where it is, so I might not find it. Okay, it's not in there, but I do need those. I was looking for those. Good. Oops, I dropped those. No big deal. I am still here, people. Okay, can't find it at this immediate moment. But yeah, I have a season 1 cast item that I need like 2 or 3 people to finish on. I don't know if any of them are still on the show. I know the blonde girl left a long time ago. I don't know if Hill Harper was one of the people I still needed, but I need 2 or 3 people. Yeah, Grey's Anatomy will continue to get renewed because it is a money bag. It is free money for them. That show makes so much money. So much. Although after all the negotiations are done with SAG, maybe that money might be tighter. Freeform basically has no shows left on it. Oh, wouldn't know. I couldn't even tell you a single Freeform show. So, yeah. Wasn't that like their, what did they used to call that? ABC Family or something like that? It had a different name back in the day. But it was never a big network. It's kind of that network where you get the, like, teenage-based shows that once in a while might catch on, but yeah. Kyler is being filmed in Ontario with... Huh? Sorry, I don't know what that meant. Considering 15 minutes ago I was almost done here, I'm surprised I'm still here. You guys dragged this out. A stranger came in with a interesting thing, and now we've ended up back to talking again. Have I seen Suits? I watched some of Suits get filmed, but I've never watched it. I've met almost the entire cast of Suits outside of Gabriel and maybe one or two of the secondary characters, but I have never watched an episode of it. Like the two girls that were on there, Megan and what was her name? Sarah Rafferty, I think it was. I met them on the same day, funny enough, in Vancouver, not even in Toronto. Then I met Patrick in Toronto. I feel like there's someone else from that show I've met, but I can't remember. But I've never watched the show. But I did photograph it one day when I was in Toronto. That blog made me a lot of views. Yeah, I did well on my Suits blog. I'm not sure, but it might still be my top 20 most viewed blogs. I have no way of checking it right now, though. All right. I have again run out of topics. So, do I wrap up now, guys? I will give you 30 seconds to try and come up with a topic to keep me on here. But if not, I will start saying my goodbyes. Sound fair? Question mark? This has been near the top of the streaming views for the past few weeks after it ended. Wait, it just ended? I thought it ended like 2 years ago. No way. There's no way it was just ended. I swear it ended a couple of years ago. Yeah, 2019. It's been done since 2019. I don't know what you're talking about. If the strike goes on any longer, do you think will inevitably end Superman and Lois getting canceled? Nothing is impossible, but I doubt it, stranger. A couple of people asked me this today. I doubt it, but nothing is impossible. It ended 4 years ago. Yeah, I just looked it up. Oh, I now read your past comment, and I see where I screwed up. You said for the past few weeks, 4 years after it ended. I missed the 4 years after it ended. That's funny. Probably just whatever streaming service it's on right now. It's probably new to them, and people are like, "Oh, I'm going to check this out. I haven't seen this before." It's kind of funny. But yeah, I guess that just goes to tell, that there's nothing interesting on streaming right now that people are like flocking to go see if a show that's 4 years past run is the #1 show on streaming right now. Yeah. All right. Gary's back. Hello, Gary. Welcome back. I was just about to say goodbye to people. Welcome back, though, Gary. If you got any last-minute comments, bring them up. I think I'm probably done here in a few minutes, so. It's on Netflix. You'd think, like, Netflix would have something of their own, like, making that is getting enough views that it could outpace a 4-year-old show. Like, that's kind of bizarre. Like, I understand, like Disney and Hulu and HBO Max and all those other ones, they kind of rely on one show at a time to keep them afloat, but Netflix continually has new shit coming out all the time. You're telling me one of these things hasn't been able to be their top show? They're relying on a show that ended 4 years ago? That's kind of weird. Where did Suits air before? Because there's no way this is the first time it was on streaming. Oh, Peacock. That's why no one saw it. No, Gary. No. Not unless they recast the character, because Melissa's not going to do it. You know? Yeah, your chances of seeing that are like 0.2%. Maybe binge Ahsoka like you did Mando Season 3. Are you excited for the Mandoverse film that's being into? I didn't know there was a film in development. What characters do you want to see? I didn't even know there was a film in development until right this second. That's weird. That's weird. Why would they make a film when they've got a TV series running right now? Yeah, maybe I will binge Ahsoka. I was saying this a little while ago. I think you might have been gone at the time, Scott, but I thought, like, I had nothing else to do right now, and I've run out of topics for live chats lately, so maybe I will do a binge of Ahsoka one of these days, maybe after episode 6. I'll wait maybe until episode 6, so I have like 5 episodes to do, and then have some stuff to talk about for 1 week, because I don't know what else to talk about with this strike on right now. How come Melissa won't come back? Because she doesn't want to. She dislikes Vancouver. She's not excited about the superhero genre. She does the PR thing where she says to the public, oh yeah, I really love doing that. I'd love to come back. She says all those things. Actors do that all the time, where they just say things so that the general public still has great feelings about it. Her personally, though, she doesn't want to come back to Vancouver. She doesn't want to do superhero content. She is not interested in that stuff anymore. You know, it was a job to her. She completed the job. It got her onto her next job, and she's happy doing that type of new job that she's doing. So yeah, that's kind of the answer there, Gary. Unfortunately, you know, that's just how it is, you know. Grand Admiral Song will be the villain of the Mandoverse movie. Okay. It's called Star Wars Heir to the Empire, and it's supposed to wrap up Mandalorian, Ahsoka, and all the shows. Weird. Why wouldn't they just wrap up the shows on the shows? It's supposed to be the culmination of a Book of Boba getting Mandalorian, Ahsoka, and Star Wars Skeleton Crew. Weird. Why would you wrap these up on their own shows? Because there might be people that only watched Mandalorian that are going to not know how the show wrapped up. You know? Just dumb. I feel like a lot of people could tell she wants to be done playing Supergirl midway through season 4. Yeah, she's been, ever since they moved to Vancouver, the disinterest in the show started. I mean, I don't think she ever, like, she took the role because she wanted to be employed, but there was no part of her, like there was Grant, who was like, oh my God, I'd love to do a superhero role. She took the role because it was available and she won the part. She didn't get the role because she one day was like, oh my God, Supergirl, I've always wanted to be Supergirl. I'm going to go try out for this role. You know, like Grant had an interest in being a superhero. Javicia had an interest in that stuff. Melissa Benoist didn't. Melissa Benoist would have been happy doing theater if it paid better. So yeah. She liked the money and she liked what it did for her career potentials. She did not like the role, though. I feel like, oh yeah, I read that already. it's like a build up to Avengers movie, but for Star Wars. Well, that's just stupid because no one looks at that the same as they do Avengers. Yeah, it would be like if they did an Arrowverse movie, but didn't tell anyone there's an Arrowverse movie while the other Arrowverse shows were still on. Because as far as everyone knows, The Flash is wrapped. As far as everyone knows, Supergirl is wrapped. As far as everyone knows, Arrow is wrapped. As far as everyone knows, Legends is wrapped. As far as everyone knows, Batwoman is wrapped. They came out with a show or a movie next year. It's called like The Heroes. And they didn't tell anybody while the shows were still on, these things are going to be connected to this. A lot of people aren't going to know. A lot of people are never going to know how their shows ended up wrapping up because they didn't tell anyone. Like when Marvel did it with Daredevil and all those shows with the they had that one season where they all merged together and did stuff. At least they had seasons after that to tell people how those shows wrapped up, or at least the ones that were good. They had seasons to tell you how those wrapped up. They were able to tell you, like, oh, we had this thing in between. This is some stuff that happened that you'd have to watch on another show. But here's the wrap up of this individual show. So, yeah, I don't like that idea. Like, imagine you watched Mandalorian all the way through, and all of a sudden you have to watch a show where he's only in it for 25% of the time because Ahsoka's got some time, Boba's got some time, and characters from that show that had nothing to do with Mandalorian that you've never seen in your life are all of a sudden getting time. I don't know, man. I don't know. All right. We're now at an hour and 20. I can't believe, considering at like 51 minutes, I was thinking of wrapping this up, that we went for another half an hour. Good job, guys. Good job. You dragged me past the hour mark. And I feel like the general audience doesn't pay much attention to Disney Plus shows, so I feel like the era of the Empire, I'm going to feel bizarre because hardly anyone knows these characters. I don't even know what you're talking about. It's going to be another Star Wars movie? Well, there's a shock. As soon as Disney bought Star Wars, there was going to be a Star Wars movie every day for the rest of your life, man. As soon as Disney bought Star Wars, they were going to bleed that stone to death. There will be Star Wars content still coming out when you're 184 years old. Are you going to watch Marvels and Aquaman 2? I will never, ever, 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 ever watch Aquaman 2. Unless they recast Amber Heard before it comes out. Marvels? Maybe. Probably not. Maybe. We'll see. I mean, we all know my disdain of Brie Larson, but I want to see it because Miss Marvel is good, but I also don't want to see it because fuck Brie Larson. So we'll see how I feel at the time it comes out, whenever that is. But Aquaman 2, not a chance in hell. Okay, I have 3 times now thought I was about to wrap up, and then you guys always come in with something new. So here I go again. Am I done today, or do you guys have another thing to ask me? My eye is also starting to get sore. I don't know why. Okay. We seem to have run out of comments, so I'm going to type in the chat. Any comments beyond this point that are not super chats will almost certainly not get answered, as I am going to wrap up the stream very, very soon. Period. And enter. All right. Amber Turd was barely in the trailer. So what? She was still in it. She's still in the movie. Doesn't matter if she's in it for 1 second or the entire movie. I'm not going to see it. All right, that's it. We had one more comment, and we had one more super chat from Gary. There it is. Another thank you. Was it a super sticker? Like, I've been missing what you're just sending 99. Excellent, Gary. Thank you. Hopefully she was cut from the movie. Well, she wasn't. She was literally in the trailer they just released like yesterday. So you are, unfortunately, yeah. Last question for the stream. Will there be another Arrowverse show? Probably not, Gary. Again, nothing's impossible, but the CW does not want that type of content anymore. And I don't see them building one for HBO Max. I think when they finally do stuff like that on HBO Max, they'll create their own type of content with no connection to the current Arrowverse stuff. So probably won't be, Gary. Just gonna be brutally honest about it. Sorry. But thank you for your question. Thank you for your super chats. Thank you everybody else for coming by. And I don't know when I'll do another one, but I will try and catch up on Ahsoka just so I have something to talk about the next time. Because talking about the strike when there's almost no information on it is kind of hard. I'm not going to lie. I thought I would be able to have some input by now, but there's nothing to add these days. It's been 5 weeks since my last stream, and almost nothing happened that I could add on to. Oh, you know something we didn't talk about? I'll quickly talk about this because I haven't even looked into it myself. Was Warner Brothers cutting all their deals with their showrunners or whatever, like Greg Berlanti and stuff like that. I think that's just a cost-saving venture right now. I don't think it means anything. I saw a lot of people panic that shows are going to get canceled because of it. I don't think so. They still need those people on board. They'll get right back to work as soon as things are working again. It might leave some of those people in a position where they can negotiate deals with other studios that maybe they had an exclusivity deal. But that's about all that might come of it. But we are out of here, and I'll see you sometime in the future. Don't know when that'll be, but I will try to make it sooner than 5 weeks. Sorry about that, guys. But I will see you when I see you again. Thanks, everyone, for coming by. Have a good one. Bye.